Here at Gillette Stadium, I'm Mike Petraglia with Patriots beat writer for WEEI.com, Chris Price. After what can only be described as a mauling of the Indianapolis Colts rookie quarterback Andrew Luck, there was no luck needed for the Patriots today at Gillette Stadium as they just completely dominated, really, Chris, every aspect of the game. 59-24 was the final score. 59-10 after the Colts had taken a 14-7 lead in this contest, and everybody here in Gillette Stadium was shaking in their boots. But the Patriots really rebound. I think the number one star of the game, and there were a lot of stars from this game, has to be Julian Edelman. 3 different touchdowns, scored in 3 different ways, nearly 200 yards of total offense and special teams production.
He had the touchdown reception in the first half. He also returned a punt for a touchdown in the first half. Edelman's been a little bit banged up over the course of the first 8 or 9 games of the season. Really hasn't flashed, particularly over the last few games. He hasn't flashed, I think, in a way that a lot of people really would have liked him to play for a variety of reasons. You know, there's been the emergence of the emergence of the running game, I should say. You know, Rob Gronkowski becoming more and more of a target for the Patriots. So it was nice to see, if you're a Patriots fan, Edelman get involved in the offense to that extent. We almost saw him scoring the reverse on the end around there, right, the running play. So that was interesting to see. But one of the things I asked him after the game was that they've been very close when it comes to breaking one on the punt return. And the group as a whole, I think it's validation for them as a whole that the punt return, particularly the whole special teams unit, really is starting to come along very nicely.
Albeit a short week, are we going to continue to hear now, or start up to hear again, questions about, is Julian Edelman going to take the place of Wes Welker?
No, I don't think so. I think Welker put up some good numbers today in some pretty serious action, but I don't think that he's going to take the place, in the passing game anyway, of Wes Welker. I think what Edelman needs to remember, and what I think the Patriots special teams group, they need to build on this. They need to go from here. We've seen some really good special team performances over the last couple of weeks. Stephen Gostkowski last week rendering Leotis McKelvin a non-factor in the kicking game. That was very important. The punt return today by Edelman really gave this place a jolt, really kind of woke them up after a little bit of a slow start. The Patriots are going to need more of that going forward from their special teams team.
Okay, we mentioned it a few moments ago. Andrew Luck, rookie quarterback, going up against a secondary that's been overhauled. Newcomer Aqib Talib couldn't have made a better impression with his 57-yard pick six in the second quarter. That gave the Patriots the lead for good. You talk about Alfonso Dennard. He had a pick six, first time since 2002. The Patriots have had 2 of those in a single game. What do you think was the bigger role? Andrew Luck, quarterback, or the Patriots secondary finally making big plays?
I think it was a little bit of both. I'm going to kind of weasel out of the question here a little bit.
That's all right, you're allowed.
It was a little bit of both. I think the Patriots secondary, they've been much maligned over the course of the season. I think their performance today, I think they deserve to take a few bows. Forcing their turnovers, continuing to force takeaways as a group. I think when you look at this defense as a whole, and we talked a little bit about it over the course of the week, it's dangerous to become over-reliant on turnovers, but it's important when you're getting well-timed turnovers. And I think the Patriots got some really well-timed turnovers today. Talib's first interception, the first interception of the game for the Patriots, they were able to kind of turn the tide. We talked about the Edelman, the run back for the touchdown, that was big, but the Talib return for a touchdown was equally as big. I think the Patriots got turnovers, they got them at the right time, and that's very important. Not all turnovers are created equal, and I think the Patriots showed a little bit of that today.
And Chris, let's not forget about the big strip sack, the 5th of the year for Rob Ninkovich, tying Mike Grable for the franchise record set back in 2007. Next play, leads us to our next point, our next talking point, and that is Tom Brady to Rob Gronkowski for the 2nd touchdown of the game. Tom Brady to Rob Gronkowski, right now, in my mind at least, is certainly in the conversation with Joe Montana to Jerry Rice. Your thoughts?
I think they're getting close. I think that they need to continue to develop the rapport, but I think they're getting close. Look, when you look at Gronkowski, when you look at Brady, their work together, Gronkowski in particular in the red zone is such a huge target. It's so difficult to defend on so many levels. I think that makes a lot of sense for the Patriots to use that. I think that he, as a tight end, was not at 100% over the course of the first few games of the season. I think he's kind of been dinged up a little bit. I believe he's had a variety of problems. He's been in the injury report an awful lot. But I think you're starting to see him peak at the right time. You know, the Patriots have always talked about wanting to play their best football after Thanksgiving, and you need to build to that point now. And I think the Patriots are starting to build to that point, and we're starting to see Gronkowski regain some of the form that we saw over the course of last season.
The Patriots are now 7-3, a very short week, and we all know And it's maybe fortunate for us and fortunate for a lot of the fans that are sick of the hype on Tim Tebow and Mark Sanchez down in New York. But a short week to get ready for the Jets on Thanksgiving night. Your thoughts on what's most important this week for New England?
I think it's to turn it around quickly. You know, you can celebrate this win tonight, but you need to put it in the rearview mirror. What they're going to do tomorrow, it's my understanding, is they're going to go through a walkthrough tomorrow and then treat Tuesday like a regular Wednesday, and then have no availability, at least no media availability for us on Wednesday, and then go into that game on Thursday relatively fresh. One thing that I think works in their favor, and really works in the favor of the Jets too, quite frankly, these are familiar opponents. It's not like you're going to surprise a whole lot of people with, you know, one thing or another, so I think that works in their favor. I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think the Jets are going to play well. I still think the Patriots have more than enough on both sides of the ball to come out of there with a win, but it's going to be interesting to see how quickly they can turn things around coming off this.
All right, Chris, a lot to talk about this afternoon and this evening after what was a very impressive 59-24 Patriots win over Andrew Luck and the Colts here at Gillette Stadium. Chris Price, I'm Mike Petraglia, WEEI.com.